going to do a reading today. Welcome if you have serendipitously reached here. I think it's meant to be. I don't do readings often or regularly. Kind of just do them when called, and I think for me that's more meaningful and genuine. I just want to do work that's organic and kind of not force messages where they aren't apparent. So yeah, with that, I feel called to do reading right now, and however you become connected to that through the powers of the universe, I think, yeah, that's meaningful and welcome, and thank you for being here. And congrats is a weird word to say that I just felt prepared to say, but I don't know, muzzle tov? Not better. I've got some beautiful visuals on in the background that are from YouTube, so I can link them at the bottom. Oh wow, okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Straight out the gate, I don't like to make assumptions, like, you know, like very specific messages straight out the gate, but I'm just gonna go ahead and confirm that this is a love, relationship, romance reading straight away. And I've had this come up a few times in the past few readings I've done, so maybe there's just a lot of love in the air. This reading is timeless. However, if you are into astrology and coming across this at a recent timely time, I know that we are heading into an eclipse, and it is Libra season at the moment. We're going to transition to Scorpio, and Venus is in Libra, so it's a very big time for focusing in on your romantic relationships and familial relationships, sure, but with the lovers here, I'm going to go ahead and say this apparently is a romantic relationship reading. When the lovers comes up, it's again, if you're into astrology, Gemini card, twins, duality, two sides coming together, power, love, yes. It's about decisions though as well, so there is of course the element of romance defined by the namesake of the card, but decisions and duality, balance, opposing forces from two sides coming together to combine, good and evil, masculine, feminine, Adam and Eve, overcoming temptation, being thrown difficulties to ultimately, either be divided or come together in a divine way. That's what love is. Love is not easy, it's difficult, but that's what makes it so beautiful. So yes, lovers, decisions, you may be faced with a crossroads at the time of seeing this. But when this is coming out with the Two of Cups, this is the card of union and relationships in the deck. So the cups are your emotional fulfillment and indicative of feelings. So this is about two people coming together in harmony, in balance, in an emotionally connected and fulfilling way. So yeah, very big indication of romantic relationships coming through in this reading. Okay, so let's come through with the Queen of Wands, and you might feel that this could be you, or this could be the person that you may have a potential or existing romantic connection with that is strong and fulfilling and potentially divinely guided. Difficult, presents you with contrast and decisions, but ultimately a powerful union. So Queen of Wands, fiery energy, She's got a sunflower in her hand along with her wand or staff, and she's in the desert. We've got kind of sphinxes, so if you're into Egyptian hieroglyphics or imagery from ancient, belief systems, she's in the desert. So she's abundant in a setting of desolate harshness. So you obviously have to be quite resilient and strong in the times of adversity to ultimately keep that energy of harshness and power, overcome it, internalize it, and become still a powerful and abundant being. So yeah, she's fiery, she's got chutzpah, she's got character, she's got personality, she's funny. The Queen of Wands is a very cool card. She's also very connected with intuition, with magic, with maybe the occult, black cats, witches. She can achieve her desires or goals through maybe more dark methods. I mean, tarot is apparently a part of the occult, according to some, so we all do it. We all like a witchy vibe. She's connected with nature, even amidst the desolate dryness, the arid desert. Sunflowers are heliocentric, so they follow the power of the sun, which is illuminating and ultimately guiding and the life force of all humans and everything on the earth. So that's a little talk about the Queen of Wands. She's also got some lions, not just on her throne, but in the imagery on the back of her throne too. So fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Big Sagittarian card, because Sagittarians are about power, intellect, and trailblazing, literally blazing, traveling, going to arid lands. Anyway, there's a Queen of Wands around. She's a cool chick, cool chickadee. We like her. Very cool. What else do we have to say about this relationship, evidently, and the Queen of Wands? It's funny, usually your first little spread in the cards kind of outlines a problem of some sort. I can't sense that there is an issue at the moment, which can't be the case, because in life we always have issues. I mean, maybe you're engaging with a Sagittarius who's making you aware of the contrasts within your relationship and presenting you a decision, or maybe you're approaching a decision in terms of relationships that's sitting with you and kind of approaching it in an adventurous and fiery way. Let's see if we get some further cards to clarify the situation for us. Again, I'm going to shuffle. You can feel free to skip through the shuffling. It's important for me to shuffle on camera so you know I am not pre-picking anything. And not in any way trying to diminish the work of people who may pre-pick their cards sometimes to get a beautiful and clear message that is a part of someone's method or process. It's just not a part of mine. So take with that what you will. Okay, so we've got an 8 of Cups jumping out. I'm going to keep shuffling and get on with it, hey? Eight of Cups. Oh, I don't want it to come. I'm going to take it. 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Judgment. I'm not doing the reversals at the moment. That's just a personal place I'm in at the moment. I don't always not do them, but right now I am not doing them. I just want some really clear, focused messaging. And I feel, especially, you know, we're coming into Mercury retrograde, there's just, with reversals, they can muddle messages and make things a little bit more complicated, and I just want some really clear, decisive messages. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling, and that's that. Judgment. Okay, now I'm getting a better sense of why you may be approaching this reading. Now, I could be wrong, and again, I don't like making too specific assumptions of an assumption, but I am getting the general sense here that you're engaged in a relationship that's presenting you with conflicts. Because the Queen of Wands, as much as I love her, she likes to argue. She's fiery, like we said. So you're really being presented with duality and contrast between yourself and your partner, and it may be helming from this Sagittarius or fiery person. It could be you or your partner. So yeah, you might be experiencing a bit of conflict, a bit of contrast, a bit of duality. It's being made very apparent to you that you're having some oppositional forces arise in your relationship. You may be feeling like it's making you particularly aggressive, assertive, fiery person, or you may be experiencing this with a particularly fiery person. So you're kind of getting a sense of conflict within your relationship, or with someone you're embarking on a relationship with. The Eight of Cups is telling me, along with the Ten of Pentacles, and then we had the Judgment card come through. So the Eight of Cups is telling me, initially my gut instinct is saying that you're contemplating walking away. You're feeling like you've really grown this relationship with someone. You've built your cups up. You're feeling quite fulfilled, but perhaps this conflict that you're encountering, or the fiery energy, the oppositional energy you're being presented with, is making you feel like it may be easier to retreat into the night, do some work on yourself in private, some kind of shadow work alone, kind of craving some time to yourself, to kind of retreat into your cave, potentially. Explore a new journey, not particularly with any kind of vision of where you're going or heading. Like, this character is moving into a dark little landscape there, but following the river, the waters of their emotions, and turning the back on their cups that they've built. Not with a particular vision in mind of where to go, but perhaps they just need to embark on a new journey. So that's an energy surrounding your thoughts and feelings on the situation at the moment. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of completion. So the tens are, the last numbers of each suit, so they indicate the completions. The Ten of Pentacles is a particularly beautiful card, because it's pentacles, so physical manifestations of wealth, abundance, growth, earth energy. And in the Ten of Pentacles, we've got a family, man and a woman, an older generation individual, so it could be a grandfather. We've got the younger generation, children, and some animals. So really 3 generations of a family. They've got their beautiful garden they're sitting in, reveling in. Their lovely home is built up. We've got a very colourful card, which indicates a lot of balance and harmony and fruition. So it's a card indicating to me that you want stability, you want security, that's the kind of relationship you're looking for, one that is abundant and enduring and long-lasting. With the Queen of Wands here, you may be finding the sporadic, fiery, dry energy to be in quite a bit of contrast with the slow moving and grounded kind of visions you have for your future. This isn't to say that this isn't your destiny. It may take, though, a retreat to ultimately arrive at this destination. And I say that because we have the Judgment card appearing as well, which indicates that a decision is needing to be made. It's time to bring the culminations of your feelings to a decision that is yours to make and communicate down in terms of what path you will take on your own that will ultimately lead you to this abundance that you seek. Now, this may not necessarily be you leaving forever, like a breakup. You may just want to travel, see the world for a bit, have a break, do something for yourself, build something for yourself, explore, learn a bit about you that ultimately makes you go, you know what? That conflict was really important to me. I feel like the difficulty in that conflict made my love stronger, because what is easy is not worth it sometimes the most fulfilling things we have in our lives are the hardest to attain. So you may come out of this decision of exploration and walking away feeling that all of this you already had was there the whole time and you just couldn't see it. Or otherwise it may be a decision to leave the relationship, a very forceful and forthright decision to leave and ultimately pursue something more abundant elsewhere. I'll get some more cards to kind of help us with that. Move these up here. Yeah, so the Judgment card as well, I'll just point out because I think it's important. We've got 2 10s, so it's 20, number 20 in the major arcana. So when you think about the 10s being about completion, let's double down on that. It's really time to make a decision. I feel like you're at kind of, how they say, your wit's end or breaking point. It's really time for you to kind of say your piece. Maybe you need to be a bit more fiery and assertive about how you're feeling about things so that you can achieve this abundance that you're looking for. I mean, another way of looking at it is that you're finding someone's walking away from you. But as I said, it can work both ways. Maybe this person walking away, making this decision, is ultimately going to lead to something more abundant, which is hard to hear in the moment. It doesn't really help. It doesn't really minimize feelings, but let's just clarify before I start going on these tangents to get some more specific messaging. Give me some cards. Give me some cards. Tell me what's going on. Why do we have Judgment? Why do we have this other cup? How are we going to get to this Ten of Pentacles? Four of Pentacles. Thank you. The Emperor. Okay, what this come out? Ten of Swords. Okay. A lot of masculine energy here. The Emperor, very decisive. Again, Aries, fire energy, linking back to this Empress here. This may be you or your person. We're getting the Ten of Swords, pardon me. Another card of completion, an ending. It is a painful ending. Usually a painful ending that is the result of a decision made that is not the most emotionally involved decision. So what could be an emotional decision for a person is made for themselves to explore their own emotional fulfillment, in turn is quite a painful and cold decision that hurts someone and causes this ending. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles, which jumped out, and I like to have it line up with our Pentacles energy here that we had before in the Ten of Pentacles. So this person is definitely an individual who looks out for themselves. Selfish could be a term used. So this person, the man in the image, is really guarding his pentacles, usually money or physical manifestations of your wealth. His pentacle leads his crown chakra. He's pulling his pentacle in to his chest, and he's keeping his pentacles beneath his feet grounded and solid and stuck to the earth. So this person is looking out for themselves. They're not sharing their pentacles, they're keeping them and they're guiding them tight. They don't have very many, and that's probably why they hold on to them so securely. But yes, this person is looking out for themselves. Got number 4 here in the deck, and the Emperor is number 4 in our major arcana. We were talking about synchronicities and dualities. So we've had number 2 come out in the pairing, and Gemini, which is 6 but 3 and 3 even duality. We've had 2 10s come out, so 10 and 10, and then the double 10 in the Judgment. There's some interesting synchronicities coming through that are very even, I'm noticing. So a lot of duality being challenged, a lot of evenness, oppositional forces, thinking, the immovable object and the unstoppable force kind of coming together. So we are getting challenge and conflict and contrast coming through. So these last few cards are a heavier energy, and it's very interesting that we've had this contrast from the first 3 cards we pulled out in the beginning, which were quite light and loving and inspiring. But it's true, once you dig deeper, I mean, with all situations, it's evident you dig deeper and you'll find what's really going on, and that's why I asked to be told. So yes, so with these cards having that synchronicity of the two fours together, I feel that there's someone, either you or your partner in the connection, who is embarking on a big decision. They're not going to be very warm about the decision, and that decision is ultimately going to be one that looks out for themselves. That decision will bring about a completion that ultimately is quite painful. A painful ending, which does leave you feeling wounded. However, I always think it's important to note that there is light on the horizon here. This card is not completely blacked out. You've still got that yellow, which is a sign of inspiration, and from endings come new beginnings. And with pain, pain's a very important element of the human existence, because pain contextualizes what is beautiful, and I say this all the time, but without knowing what pain is, we don't know what true fulfillment and joy and happiness is. Pain is also about strength and endurance. So, I mean, I don't know if you're watching that show on Netflix. Is it Idris Elba's narrating it? What's it called? It's left my mind. It's something about humans, but they explore people who push the boundaries of experiencing pain to overcome trauma, to build a high connection with earth or spirit and themselves, and really transcend all the challenges in their life. So pain is not necessarily bad in all respects. But yes, we are getting to a completion, and perhaps the 2 tens here indicate that a situation you may already have in terms of family, a family you've built, this decision that's coming from this individual, either yourself or another person, may bring completion to this situation. It may bring an ending to the family dynamic. It may also mean that the decision's been made with the hopes of finding this family dynamic or bringing you closer to this family dynamic in future, which is highly likely and possible. May also kind of reverse the energies here, and you may be making a decision for yourself to walk away from something you feel obligated to stay in, because it is so well established, that ultimately will bring about an ending. Your decision will be harsh, but it will be strong. And as we said, there's always something on the horizon there guiding us through. I'm going to get some more messages because I don't like to leave it on that sword card, even though that is a card completion. Ironically, I think it's always good to kind of clarify this yellow imagery here and give us something in terms of an outcome that's a little bit more well-rounded. One card, please. This deck hasn't been very forthright with me today, so I might swap over to the other one. 2, 3. No. Oh. Got two cards copy. Okay, we've got 2 cards coming out, and I might get a third from our third deck over there. Okay, 4 Pentacles. It's really cool that in trying to clarify the outcome here and clarify what this card was about, we've got more pentacles arising from beyond our pain, or the painful ending that is potentially coming. So I'll put them there while I just pull one third card. please. One card. Again, I think it's nice to use a second deck to just allow for potential synchronicities and multiplicities with the cards. Just double down on the message is quite cool if it does happen, or if you get further message from the 7. Wow. Okay. That's that card I really kind of wanted to clarify because I feel it has a lot of potential important meanings. And here it is again, just doubling down on that sense of completion, multi-generational, family, being abundant. Okay. So this painful ending that we arrived at will bring us, oh wow, a new beginning. So as cliche as it is, endings close chapters that ultimately open new ones. And I do feel this is really clarifying that the decision being made is being made because you are after the abundance of this family setting. This is what you ultimately want, or the person making this decision ultimately wants. It may feel like you have that at the moment if you are currently contemplating walking away from a family, or you have a partner who is contemplating walking away from this family setting, or otherwise you feel that you're in a relationship that's not giving you this stable abundance that you're looking for. Through this painful ending, there will be an opportunity for that abundance to be apparent. So I think it's really beautiful as well that we've got the Ace of Pentacles, beginning of the deck, new opportunity. The imagery at the bottom of this lovely garden, archway, wreath, this little pathway that's yellow and full of inspiration, guiding our destiny through here, showing us the path, giving us this opportunity of newness, beginnings, of abundance. That's mirrored in this beautiful garden and archway coming through in the 10 of Pentacles of completion here. So this ending you've experienced, and it's funny I said the yellow is on the horizon. Here it is. Here it is. It will lead you to abundance. And it will lead you to the stability you're seeking, or through experiencing the painful ending that someone has thrust upon you, you will be also given an opportunity to explore abundance your own way and forge a new path for yourself that leads you to what it is you ultimately want. With more pentacles here, more earth, and the 8 of Pentacles, which is an interesting, again with our synchronicities, partner to the 8 of Cups we encountered earlier in making a more difficult decision to move away, turn our back, work towards something new. In the 8 of Pentacles, we have someone working towards building their pentacles up again. So you'll put the work in. You will have an opportunity for abundance, and you will put the work into growing what it ultimately is you're working toward, and do have in your future. So as we said, nothing good comes easy, but the opportunity will be presented, and you will take the opportunity, and you will manifest the abundance that you've had on your mind for some time that you might not necessarily have at the moment. You may think you have it, you may feel a sense of obligation to what you've built in this relationship, but ultimately the painful ending you experience is going to lead you to the true sense of abundance that you have on your mind and really want. And I think that's really lovely. I'll leave that there. And I do just want to give us one more card. I don't know why. I just feel like we need one more just to say goodbye. If you have any last questions, this is a good time to kind of meditate into what you need clarified before we get this final. Ooh, I don't want to. It's messy. I want one. Oh wow, I don't think we could have any more synchronicities. There we go, guys. A new beginning is coming. That will give you a sense of what your destiny is. It's in line with your path. It's going to lead you to abundance. Go for it. You're going to be okay. Okay. I don't know if I could push any more miracles out of that. So heavily lined up and full of synchronized messages. Deck there. I think all of the synchronicities popping up there, and if you're seeing things like 222 or 1111 everywhere, or any synchronicities in your life, it's just a reminder you're on the right path. Paths are difficult, but ultimately new beginnings are going to lead you to some really, really lovely things that are really in line with your destiny. Okay, bye guys. I'm going to stop rambling on, and hope you got what you need out of that, and feel free to leave a message if you have any questions. Okay, bye.